Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Tuesday, August 22nd, 2017, and in this Tuesday of August, we have Google that finally has announced yesterday its new operating system, the Android 8 Oreo version, and it's supposed to have a lot of new features, including being twice as fast, even kind of saying that even older device will find that it runs so much better, even if the operating system or the phone has very little memory. Better battery, which is always what they say, but never is really that true. And of course, many more options to come by the end of the year. So also, they've said that a lot of the partners, including Samsung and others, XTC, Samsung, HTC, sorry, Samsung, and all other companies that have Android phones, have kind of promised that by the end of the year they will upgrade their new devices. But of course, still, that's such a difficult thing to do for most companies. Well, an interesting statistic yesterday, as North America was watching the solar eclipse, Netflix says that it actually saw a 10% decrease in viewing of Netflix during the eclipse yesterday. So it seems that a lot of people decided to go outside and watch the eclipse instead of looking or binge watching some shows, basically. Kind of an interesting stat here. And of course, it was a very beautiful eclipse. I saw it here. It was about 60% here. Very, very, very nice to see. Facebook is updating its safety check. They have this new feature, of course, called Safety Check. That is a feature that is actually cool because it means that if there's a disaster, if there's something happening in your neck of the woods, well, you can actually tell everybody you're okay. Well, now it's turned into a full check-in page where you can go in and say, look, I'm okay, and that you'll be able to tell all your friends that you are safe in case of all sorts of major disasters that could happen around the world. Well, the 8th generation Intel CPUs were demonstrated yesterday, and something that is interesting actually showed up in one of the videos. In one of the promotional videos, what looks like a black colored Surface Book appeared, which would mean not only that a new generation of Surface Book will appear with the 8th generation Intel CPUs, but also a new black color Surface Book would be coming. Microsoft Germany finally agreed no more downloads of Windows versions to upgrade on PCs without the user consent. Users went to court in Germany to say that Microsoft should not and is not allowed to actually download files of a future operating system unless they ask the user the consent to do so. Of course, a lot of people were angry at that when Microsoft was pushing Windows 10 on Windows 7 PCs. Well, the court actually gave the users, actually they went against Microsoft and said to the users, you are right in, having to basically have Microsoft say, hey, we're going to download files for a new version. Do you want to? Yes or no? And finally, Microsoft agreed to do this in the future. Well, a interesting story happening right now. It seems that yesterday more than 500 apps were actually removed from the Google Play Store. And what is interesting is that more than 100 million downloads of these apps have been done. And it seems that these apps had a backdoor called IJexin, which is a backdoor that can actually let anyone just download and install malware on your Android device. But the thing is, a lot of the apps that were sent on the Google Play Store with backdoors had already the backdoors there, and of course the Google Play Store had not seen it. But this one is very different. It seems that a lot of these apps are legitimate apps. They're okay apps, but without the app creator's consent and without anybody knowing, they somehow have compromised the apps and installed the backdoor. So it's kind of interesting. So that means that out of these 500 apps, you might have a version of that app that is not dangerous. It seems it happens somewhere, and they're not really sure. So it's kind of a very interesting story to look at, and kind of scary at the same time. And finally, 5 Southern California men and 1 woman arrested in one of the largest drug rings on the internet. They were dealing with Alphabet. And what's funny is one of the leaders of this group actually got stopped at the border at one point because he went into a cruise. And when he came back, they wanted to look at his phone, and they had, all these drug pictures and everything. But they had, at that point, they hadn't put 2 and 2 together. And now it seems that they've sold for more than $7 million of drugs. They've done all sorts of, bad dealings of every kind. And after many years of being dealt with, finally, they've been arrested. In, well, that's, kind of those interesting sides of the internet where, of course, bad things can happen. And this was the Tech News Update for August 22nd, 2017, Tuesday. Today is a Tech Show live day. So basically on this channel you will see our live Tech Show at 3 p.m. Eastern, 1900 UTC. Hope you can join us for this live show. And of course, hope you enjoy our videos. If you do, please subscribe, give us thumbs up, and thank you for watching.